Assalamualaikum friends. Okay, confession time. There was a phase where I just felt like love skipped me. You know that feeling when it seems like everyone's getting engaged, married, or having kids, and you're just here romanticizing your cup of chai, thinking, okay, great, I'm happy for them, but also, when's it my turn? I used to think being single meant I was missing love, like there was this giant heart-shaped hole waiting to be filled. But lately, I've realized something. Maybe the love we're missing isn't missing at all. We're just looking for it in one direction. This video is inspired by a book that I've been loving called Conversations on Love by Natasha Lone. So let's talk about what it means to really find love in your life, even when you're single, and maybe especially then. We tend to talk about love like it's one thing, romantic love. But a meaningful life is built on so many different kinds of love. Friendship, family, kindness, purpose, even faith. One of my favorite quotes from the book is, "The lack of love in my life is not a reality, but rather a poverty of imagination." Isn't that beautiful? We make love feel so narrow, like it only counts when it's romantic or labeled. But really, love is everywhere. Sometimes we're not unloved, we're just not noticing it. Like when your friend listens to your 8-minute voice note about someone who doesn't even deserve it. Now that is love. Or when your mom reminds you to wear a jacket even when you're 28, also love. To think that I had no love life, all because I didn't have a romantic partner. But it wasn't until I started noticing all the love quietly showing up around me that I realized I do have a love life. My friends, my siblings, my family, they're all giving me love, just in different languages. There's a story in Conversations of Love about the writer's 30th birthday. Now, she didn't have a date that night, something that she really wanted. But her friends and family showed up with music, laughter, and letters. And then she realized, maybe this is romance, and maybe this is love. Now that reminded me of my own birthday this year. I remember feeling a little bit sad because I didn't have a partner to celebrate with. But then I looked around and I was surrounded by love. My friends and cousins gifted me dresses and lipsticks, and my sister made me an amazing dinner, and everyone just made me laugh. It was such a small but powerful reminder that love doesn't wear only one outfit. Sometimes it shows up in a hug, sometimes in a text, and sometimes in earrings. So if you're feeling single and lonely, maybe you're not lacking love. Maybe you're just being invited to see it differently, to build it, to choose it. You know, I used to think love was something that just happens, like when the right person comes along or when everything feels right again. But there's this idea from the book by Eric Fromm that really stayed with me, and he says, love isn't something that just happens when the right person arrives. It's a skill, an orientation of the heart. And he compares it to painting. If you want to be a painter, you don't just wait for the perfect object, you actually learn how to paint. Love is like that. It's not just a mood, it's an action. And that's what I've been learning lately. That love grows when you practice it, when you nourish it, when you call your friend back, when you forgive someone, when you show up for yourself even on the tough days. That's love too. Maybe the question isn't so much, will I ever find love? But how can I love better? Because when you start living with that question, you realize love isn't gone. It's just waiting for you to notice it. And sometimes I think that's how God shows us love too, through tiny miracles that remind us that we're never really unloved. A kind word, a random laugh, a door that opens when we least expect it. So take all the energy that you've been pouring into longing and instead pour it into living, because love grows in motion, in the way we care, create, and keep showing up for what matters. Maybe the love we're waiting for will meet us there, right in the middle of the life we're already building. I used to think that love would arrive with violins or flowers. Now I think it's just whoever sends me funny memes when I'm stressed. So if you've been feeling single, lonely, or like you're missing out, just remember, your life is already filled with love in 100 quiet ways. Love isn't waiting for you in the horizon somewhere. It's right here in your today. You just have to pause long enough to notice it. And then give some of it back. If you're still holding on to hope for that special person, don't lose that hope. Just don't let it blur your view of the love that's already surrounding you. Because your life isn't just one love story. It's many. Anyway, if no one's told you today, you're loved, okay? By people, by life, and the one who created both. Now, if this spoke to your heart, send it to someone who might need to hear it. I know I've needed it. And let's all keep practicing love together. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Assalamualaikum. Bye.